EF5 tornadoes are one of the most violent storms on Earth. With wind speeds most of the time exceeding 200 miles per hour, they leave nothing but bare foundations and debris in their path. Since the Enhanced Fujita Scale was introduced in 2007, only 9 tornadoes have reached EF5 status in the United States. Today we will go through every EF5 tornado in US history, from the destruction of Greensburg, Kansas, to the devastation in Joplin. Let's begin. The first EF5 tornado ever recorded on the new Enhanced Fujita Scale struck the town of Greensburg, Kansas on May 4th, 2007. It was a 1.7 mile wide monster with wind speeds up to 205 miles per hour, and it remained on the ground for nearly 29 miles, destroying 95% of the town of Greensburg and causing a total damage of $250 million. Sadly, 12 people lost their lives, with 63 people injured. 1 year later, the second EF5 tornado struck the towns of Parkersburg and New Hartford, Iowa on May 25, 2008. This massive EF5 ripped through Parkersburg and New Hartford during its 41-mile path of destruction. Being on the ground for 1 hour and 10 minutes, it swept away entire neighborhoods and ripped trees out of the ground. It also peeled pavement from the roads and caused ground scouring, typical for the strongest of tornadoes. The total damage was estimated at 75 million. This destructive tornado had an estimated width up to 1.2 miles at its widest, and wind speeds exceeded 200 miles per hour. This tornado was violent and was able to produce EF5 damage for the majority of its lifespan. 2011 was the year of the EF5. A total of 6 EF5 rated tornadoes touched down this year, 4 of which were formed on the same day, April 27th, during the historic 2011 super outbreak. This outbreak occurred between April 25th and April 28th. This outbreak produced a total of 368 confirmed tornadoes in just over 3 days. The city of Philadelphia, Mississippi experienced the first EF5 tornado when it touched down at 2:30 p.m. This tornado was relatively small compared to the other EF5s and lasted for 30 minutes. It caused 3 fatalities when it hit a mobile home and 8 more injuries. This tornado also caused extreme ground scouring up to 2 feet deep.
Yep, boy, that's a big tornado. That's huge.
The second tornado on April 27th was the Hackleburg Campbell tornado that struck Alabama. This was another EF5 monster. This tornado was on the ground for 1 hour and 45 minutes and traveled just over 102 miles, making it one of the longest tracked EF5s ever. It reached a maximum width of 1.25 miles and wind speeds up to 210 miles per hour. It caused 71 fatalities and hundreds of injuries. This tornado is the deadliest tornado ever to strike the state of Alabama and was the deadliest tornado since the 1955 tornado in Udall, Kansas. It was surpassed a month later by another tornado on this list. The Hackleburg Campbell tornado vanished whole towns from the map, and it caused a whopping $1.3 billion in damage. The Smithville, Mississippi was the second EF5 that hit Mississippi during this outbreak. This violent tornado carved a path 37 miles with wind speeds near 205 miles per hour. This tornado killed 23 people and injured 123 people. This monster obliterated everything it came across. This tornado threw a RV home for more than 200 yards, and it picked up a semi-truck and threw it 300 yards further, of course destroying it completely. A second semi-truck was picked up by the tornado and torn apart. Its bumper was later found hanging on one of the beams of the Smithville water tower 1.4 miles away. This violent monster caused a total of $14.4 million of damage during its 41-minute lifespan. The last EF5 rated tornado of the 2011 super outbreak was the Rainsville tornado in Alabama. It formed around 6:19 p.m. and was on the ground for 36 minutes, covering about 37 miles. The tornado reached its peak intensity in Rainsville, where it was half a mile wide and wind speeds were greater than 200 miles per hour. This multi-vortex tornado caused catastrophic damage. It lifted an 800-pound anchored safe and threw it 600 feet away in a wooded area. The safe was later found and the door was ripped open and torn off. It also stripped the pavement from the streets and deformed and destroyed multiple vehicles. The tornado killed 25 people and caused more than $10 million of damage. It showed the terrifying truth that multiple EF5s can occur within the same day. But the deadliest tornado of this year was still to come. Almost a month after the super outbreak in April, the 5th EF5 of 2011 touched down just west of Joplin, Missouri, where it started as a small, harmless looking rope tornado, but turned into a catastrophic monster within seconds. The Joplin EF5 is possibly the most infamous tornado in modern US history. It claimed 158 lives and injured over 1,000 people. It remains the deadliest single tornado in the US and surpassed the Smithville EF5 that also occurred in 2011. It lasted for 38 minutes and it covered a 22-mile long path of destruction. With wind speeds reaching over 200 miles per hour, it struck a densely populated area, including a hospital and several schools. Besides the deadliest tornado in US history, it also is the costliest tornado in US history. It destroyed over 4,000 houses and caused $2.8 billion of damage at the time. If this occurred today, that would be $3.9 billion. 2 days after the Joplin tornado, Oklahoma was hit by the last EF5 of 2011. This tornado reached official wind speeds greater than 210 miles per hour, but radar estimates suggest it reached 295 mile per hour wind speeds. This monster remained on the ground for 1 hour and 44 minutes, covering 101 miles, destroying everything it came across. Sadly, 9 people lost their lives due to this EF5 and it injured another 181 people. Most notoriously, this tornado struck the Cactus oil drilling rig at EF5 intensity. This rig itself was almost 2 million pounds plus an extra 200,000 pounds worth of downforce due to the drill that was inserted deep into the borehole. This tornado struck the rig and tumbled it like it was nothing, bending the blowout preventer in a 30-degree angle, causing $14 million worth of damage on this oil rig alone. The Moore EF5 was the last EF5 tornado in US history so far. It struck Moore, Oklahoma. This town was already hit by more than one violent tornado. Moore, Oklahoma has the reputation of the tornado capital. Currently it's hit by 21 tornadoes since 1893. Most notably, it was already hit by an F5 in 1999, an F4 in 2003 and an EF4 in 2010. And now 3 years later it was an EF5 that destroyed the town once again. It was on the ground for almost 40 minutes and covered 22.3 miles. It was over 1 mile wide at its peak and reached wind speeds between 200 and 210 miles per hour, leaving a path of destruction in the town and causing $2 billion of damage, killing 24 people and injuring 212. And there you have it. All 9 EF5 tornadoes since 2007. This video was meant as an overview rather than a deep dive into each individual tornado, since going in depth would make the video far too long. Every one of these storms deserves its own dedicated video, and that's something I plan to explore in the future. Not just EF5s, but also F5s, EF4s, F4s, and forgotten tornadoes you may have never heard of. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you want more storm-related content. Let me know what tornado or storm you want to be covered in a future video. On this channel I cover more than just tornadoes. Thanks for watching and have a great day, and I will see you next video.